Hey y'all, hey, and welcome to another session of Meditations with Marigny. I wanted to come on and say if you like my videos, click like. If you love my videos, I'd love for you to share it with a friend, and I would be honored if you would subscribe. So, I just did one video, and I told you guys that I was going to come back and do another one. And this particular video here is going to be talking about the overlay of dating, right? The overlay of dating. And somebody might say, what is the overlay of dating? The overlay of dating means that in this dating process, if you are truly single and you are dating, vetting people, as you all know, I'm not just dating just to be out here just dating. Like, I'm not casually going about life. I am vetting people just as I hope they're vetting me based on our conversation for the possibility of seeing whether or not I have the qualities to be a wife that they're looking for. And in this process, if you are dating people, I want you to think about, we talk about the dating pool. The dating pool, if you meet a man and he's single, right? He's in the pool. In the pool are other people. You meet a woman, she's in the pool, there are other people. So that means that he's dating, he's probably seeing someone, but he met you. He's on a dating site, he's probably seeing someone, but he met you. And from there, you all meet each other. And during that time period, that means that you might have been dating someone, he may have been dating someone. So there is a season where there is an overlap of you seeing someone and him seeing someone. So that means that you could be seeing multiple people at one time. I want to say that it is not so important to concentrate on who a person is dating or with during the time that you first meet them. If you all recall, when I first started this dating journey, I talked about the fact that I was joining the online site, that I paid for 6 months, and that I was going to be on there for the 6 month time period. The reason being that I said that is because in a natural state of getting to know someone, if you allow the natural state and the natural process of how life will go, eventually the people who are not for you in that overlapping time period will fade away. And the people who you have a strong interest with, and the people who you have a connection with, and the people that you have compatibility with, that you have same core values, and you all see that there is something strategic that is there, eventually over a period of time, there are going to be less and less of those other people, and the two of you will then connect on a different level. And I want to bring this point up because I think that there is such a falsehood in today's time. I was sharing with some friends that, dating now is different from what it looked like 20, 30 years ago. When I first got married the first time, I think that the accessibility or the numbers were probably still the same. I said accessibility, but I think the numbers were still the same. I think the accessibility was different. When you think about right now, you can join a dating site and you can have access to hundreds and thousands of people. It is different from when you walk into the Home Depot and you see that one woman that you really like, or you see that guy who catches your eye. That is a totally different process. And that means that the dating process is different. The dating process and also the quality of people that you're getting in the process of dating. One of the things that I see that I'm running into is that many men that I'm meeting, they have what I call dating fatigue. They are tired of the ongoing dates. And so now that, when they get to me, they really don't want to go on a date. They don't even want to go out to, just maybe shoot a game of pool or go to putt or go to Top Golf or go to one of the locations where we could have some fun. They're not even interested in that because they have exhausted their resources with women that they knew that they really didn't have an interest in, but they did. And you read between the lines on that. And so when it comes to dating, I really believe that the natural process, and now if we're dating people, I think the natural process is going to be that people will be dating multiple people at one time. And somewhere in that cycle, there's going to be a click or a connection where one or the other is going to connect with that other person stronger than they do with others. And in that process, I think that when that click happens, and honestly, I think that it's going to happen more with men than it will with women. Because with women, typically we are a little bit more emotionally driven, just based on how we are made up, the nurturing portion of us. But for a man, it's going to be that he says, I really enjoy spending way more time with this person right here than I do with this one over here. And in that, he is then going to become more strategic in how he makes sure that he spends time with that particular woman. And I'm sharing this portion with you guys because I think realistically, we have to look at whether or not that is a reasonable expectation for when you are in the dating pool. And if I have to be honest with you, I think that it is. Right now, I'm not committed to any one person. There is not one man that has come to me specifically and said that I want to date you exclusively and I really want us to see where this is going. And I'm not talking about, how can I say this? I think that in the process of being on the dating apps, many times people come off of the app and they go and try to concentrate on one particular person. That's not what I'm speaking of. I'm speaking of you had a natural process in place where you were talking to different people and there was a connectivity with this particular person, and then you all began to move in that direction. And the reason that I say that, because I find that many of the men that I've talked to, they'll tell me, I'm back on the site. I'm back on the site. I'm back on the site. And I even said to one on yesterday, I said, hey, part of that is because I just really believe that y'all try to take a certain type of woman. You try to take what you see with your eyes and you try to then make her into what you have for your needs. And you can't do that. What you can do is you can naturally let her be in her own authentic space and then see whether or not she actually fits the needs that you have. She might not look like what you want her to look like, but she might have every component that you need in order to make sure that she can fulfill the life that you need as a man in the head of that household. Oh, that was good. This video now, as I'm speaking, may be more for men than it is for women, for a point of clarity. Because also men are very territorial. Y'all don't really want nobody else talking what you feel like is yours. But at the same time, you don't necessarily want to lock that down either. Come on, somebody. Yeah. Yeah. Tell the truth. Shame the devil. So at the end of the day, if you feel like she is that valuable of a commodity, or she is that valuable of a mate, and I said commodity, don't take my words and then be like, she calling us a product. And the truth of the matter is, in some ways, we're all shopping. We're shopping to see what is the best fit for us to take on. We're trying on dresses. Sir, we're trying on suits right now. We're trying to see how much of off the rack is it tailor made for me. And that's what we're supposed to do. When we think about the overlapping of dating, and then if you move into a place where you guys, now I'm not talking about people that are 6 months, a year in. I'm talking about like myself, whom has been on a dating app for about 3 months. And I've met people. And I'm going to be honest, the reason that I said that I would stay on the app for the time period that I would is because, again, you guys, just giving you a little tidbit, my degree is in human services. My background, my study is like the psychology of people, the psyche of people, but also how we operate as a human being, what our emotional connections are. And one of the reasons that I said that is because I honestly feel like it would take 3 to 6 months for me to cycle through the group of men that I might talk to. And those men are overlapping with dating. And that means that it may take them a minute to really figure out that they actually like me. Like it, or that they may figure out that they don't like me as much and they do like someone else. So I don't want this to sound like it's just about me. But I think that in some cases, what we will see is we're going to see a circle back. We're going to see where we might have stopped talking to somebody and then he may come back. Or you might have stopped talking to a young lady and then you say, hey, I really do like her a little bit more. I don't want to lose that connection. And you're going to go back, or she's going to come back around. And I think that giving room for that level of processing is going to help in the long run when you look at long-term relationships. Those levels of compatibility, because then he had a chance to say, I know I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, but I do like what I see over here with this. And she had a chance to say, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, but I do like what I see over here with him. And that way, when you all do come back together, if you make a decision to move into a committed and exclusive relationship, then you're building on something that you have eliminated everything else that you thought might have been a possibility. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this one. That was good, the way God just gave that, because I do think that it's a very fair process to get everything out of our system before we commit to someone. I can have so much more respect for a man that says, I walked away from you for this purpose because I needed to make sure I had everything together. I made sure that I got everything out my system before I came back and tried to commit to something with you. And with that, then it gives me the opportunity to be able to say, hey, I think that we can put these two things together. Your life, my life, our issues, your issues, my issues, and we can come together and we can have something viable here. So when you look at dating and have fun, like I am having so much fun right now. I'm laughing, I'm giggling, I'm joking, I am enjoying the moment. You know why? Because I'm not putting any pressure on anybody in reference to talking to me, in reference to going out with me. A couple of people, I asked them, I just put it out there. Hey, have you ever been to this place right here? Have you ever been to this place right here? Some were like, nope, never been there before. Somebody else texts back. They said, nope, I ain't never been. I can't do none of that, but I want to go with you. So you look at those components and you can see, okay, I might have thought that I was going to go with this person, but I might actually be going with this person. And I'll be honest with you, if you use the dating process in that way, I think that you will find that we will have less and less people who will have challenges on down the road, because they are working through those challenges and talking about them along the pathway that they're on in the dating cycle, which means that by the time they get to marriage, they don't have those same challenges. So if you are in the dating world and you see that you're dating someone and they're dating someone else and they don't have time for you sometimes and you don't have time for them, don't get upset about it. Embrace it. Love on it. Have communication about it. Talk to the other person. And if they then express that, Mariany, I've kind of cut these people out and I'm ready to move in this direction, then you see whether or not that's a good fit for you. And I use my own name there because I'm talking about myself as well as while I'm talking to you all. I believe that God not only downloads information for other people, but he's downloading information for me as well. I am walking through this process along with you all. And so I don't have any more knowledge than what you might have. There might be somebody out here that has way more knowledge than me. I'm just sharing it in an open forum. And so I really just wanted to give you guys something to think about. The overlay or the overlap of dating. Don't get distressed by that. Don't be depressed about it. Don't get distracted by it. Just enjoy it. And then as you move out that process, allow God to do what he has to do to bring you to your person. All right, y'all. That's Meditations with Mariany for today. If you've enjoyed my videos, I'd love for you to click like. I'd love for you to share it with a friend. And I would be delighted if you would go ahead and subscribe. Have an awesome day, y'all. Bye.